Fed up with your camera bag, shoulders aching, hip belt not supportive? Can't afford £500 for a top-end solution? Stick around, I think I have a solution that is affordable, can be personalised and half the price of the top brands. And at the end of this video, the best series of photographs I have taken to date this year.
Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm away camping this weekend, but I'm not here to talk to you about camping. I'm here to talk to you about rucksacks. You may have noticed in a few recent videos, in fact I can't remember if I've been using it or not, that I've added a slightly different rucksack on my backpack. I've certainly been out shooting with it, but it may have been my own photographic work. Anyway, the reason I want to talk to you about it is because I think rucksacks are a problem that we all sort of have to deal with in the camera, any sort of camera carrying system of what's suitable for us and matching it up with something that's on the market. And the problem that I've had for many years is that I can either find a rucksack that really works well as a camera for carrying cameras, or one that works really well for carrying the weight and taking things out on long hikes. In terms of comfort, the best pack that I ever had was about 25 years ago, and it worked on a system that had an active back system. So basically the back system moves with your body. So if you bend and twist slightly, that pack moves and fits and works really quite well with your own body and your own shape as you're walking. And that makes carrying heavy loads really nice and easy. The problem with camera bags that I find is that their carrying systems aren't quite as good as what you can get on a pack. Although they carry very heavy loads and you would want something that's even better than a normal pack, they just don't really quite measure up. Or they haven't until now. Now, some of the systems which are on the market now undoubtedly are really good, but unless you've got £400 to £500 to actually put to the one side and invest in a camera bag, then you're going to be left, I think, feeling a little bit sort of hard done by and disappointed with your purchase. Now, of course, it does depend on what sort of photography you do. If you're just walking a few hundred yards and you're carrying a relatively lightweight system, it's not going to really matter. But some of my walks take me over Dartmoor and over other national parks, and they can go on for many hours, many miles, and also some wild camping as well. So traditional camera packs generally don't really work for me. But I think I found the solution. So the solution that I found to my problem, and this is why I'm going to share it with you guys, is one that I think might help you quite a lot. So I've bought a Mammoth 50 Treon spine, and basically it's an Alpine pack, which means that it's normally sort of used in mountaineering and skiing and that sort of activity. Now what that means is it's got some really clean lines. So it's got these fantastic pockets down the side and at the bottom, and it works really well, and I can use that for lashing the tripod onto it. It's also got the attachments on the front and at the bottom, so that gives me an option of using that as well, but I think I'll stick with the side ones. Now I have got some plans to actually improve this pack and make some adjustments to it and actually look at some different ways of lashing things on, adding some more external space, because it is a little bit tight inside, I have to be honest. But the main reason I've gone for it is quite simply because of the carrying system. So if we go around and take a look at the back of this pack, it's fully adjustable, it has load straps and everything on it as well. It's got a good padded back on it, but the main thing about it, one, it's adjustable, and I'm quite short so I can adjust it for my frame size, and also this is an active carrying system. So basically this spine section will move with your back when you're actually walking and makes carrying heavy loads much easier. And so far up to now, it seems to have worked. It's really worked very well. I can carry my camera system over some fairly long distances, move at relatively quick speed, and it has really seemed to solve the problem. Now this is a photography channel, it's not a gear channel, so I'm going to go and take a photograph. I'll take you with me, and then we'll have a look at the inside of the pack at the same time. And I'll talk about one of the disadvantages of it and something that does cause me some problem when I do that. Now the only thing is with this pack is that one of its major advantages is also its disadvantage. One of the things which I needed to make it a really successful camera backpack was to have full access to my gear. So I needed a system where I could open a flap on the top or the back of the pack, open it up and then access it from above. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. The problem with this pack is that because I wanted the active back system so I could carry it, it means that I've got to lay it down on the side of the pack that goes against my back. So obviously if we're in a situation something like this where we've got quite a bit of muddy ground and it's a bit rocky and a bit messy, that pack can get really quite dirty, and then you're putting that against your clothing and against your back, which can be a disadvantage. So I might have to just carry something to wrap the pack in or just lay on the floor quickly and when I want to use it. But I also want it to be easy to use and simple to use. So something which means that I have to do a lot of extra work actually makes that a little bit difficult, a little bit hard to do. But let's get the pack down on the ground and you'll see exactly what I mean and what the problem is. So on the pack on this side, really, this is where we've got all the everything that we want to look at, and this is where the camera system is on the inside. The problem that I've got is that to access it easily, I've got to lay the pack down this way around, and that sort of makes things a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult. But let's lay it down there anyway, just for now. Okay, so the pack's down on the ground. I'm going to show you how the system works on it and what I've got inside. So it's quite easy really to access the inside of this pack. All I've got to do is just unzip it from here, and a couple of zips all the way around. So as you can see, it fits everything in there really well. The only problem with it is that sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to actually get the gear around. It can get a little bit tight and a little bit jammed up. One of the complaints that I've seen online with this pack is that the internal lining is a little bit weak. Doesn't work very well and tears quite easily. Now I was a little bit worried about that, so what I actually did was I've cut up an old mattress, put that around the inside of the pack, and that's given me some added protection. It's also created a divider there for me as well. Now you can use any camera system to put inside the pack that you may actually want to use. The one that I've gone for actually come out of my old pack, so it saved me a bit of cash in that way, because part of the system from this was ensuring that I could sort of do it, get my photography done and not have to worry about spending too much money on it as well. I've just got my old pack in there, and that just works well to keep all my gear inside. Right, I'm going to set up a photograph and I'll talk you through those settings, and we'll talk a bit more about the pack afterwards. There we go, 2-second timer. Photograph in the bag, all sorted out. Now I have to be honest, I feel like I've cheated you guys slightly today. The reason I'm saying that is because I actually came down here yesterday and took some photographs in some absolutely fantastic misty conditions. Now I was going to do these photographs and I was going to shoot this same video, but when I came down here, the photography situation was just so fantastic. I just didn't want to waste the opportunity talking about my camera bag. So I've come down again today. Now I was hoping that I would get those same misty conditions, but they're just not there. But there are still some lovely lighting on this scene as well. So basically, let me swing around so you can see what you're looking at. So basically what I've got is I've got the boat that you can see there. Hang on, there we go. So I've got the boat in the dock, and the water's just really gently sort of lapping against the side of the scene. And I've got some reasonably nice clouds in the background, so I'm hoping I can get those in and make some real nice sort of colours out of those as well and just lift it. And the sun's just crept up above a cloud bank and it's reflecting beautifully off the side of the boat and just bathing in some warm morning light. In fact, it was probably a little bit better a few seconds ago, to be honest, but it's still giving that nice sort of colours and early morning effect to it. But yesterday morning, the conditions are absolutely phenomenal, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little show of those together at the end of the video so you can see those fantastic misty conditions that we had, and how different scenes can look completely different under different conditions. But back to today's photograph. The sun's just coming out again. A little bit more. I'm focusing on the boat. And there we go, that light's just coming out again. It's really beautiful. I'm just going to click on that again. I'm just looking at the composition of this as well, because to be honest, I don't think I'm probably making the most of it. So I'm just going to change my composition slightly by turning the camera in. I'm going to put the boat in the center, and I think we might make this like a square picture and just really concentrate on that beautiful golden light. Now at the moment I've chopped the top of the mast off, so I think I might just actually adjust that slightly as well. So let's just bring the camera up a little bit. There we go. The only problem is by doing that, it actually puts the horizon right across the middle of the frame, and I'm not sure I actually want that in this shot, but it's just one of those things. We can live with it. So just let's adjust the focus again back onto the boat itself. 2-second timer, F11, 15th of a second. Light's looking gorgeous, boat's in the middle. I may crop this to square in the final image. So let me put that photograph up for you now. And don't forget, this isn't the last picture. There's going to be some more images at the end, which I'll probably talk through, to be honest. And you can have a look at those as well. So I hope you enjoy those. So I hope you enjoyed that photograph. Like I say, stick around because I'm going to put up the photographs I took yesterday right at the end. But first, a few final words really on the pack. I guess that it's just to summarise really that yes, it is doing exactly what I intended it to do. It is working really well. I am finding that it's easier to carry my gear, and I don't have any issues with that whatsoever. So I'm really pleased about that. The other thing, of course, as well, is that it does work really well as a camera bag with that top opening thing on it. I think I've got better access on this pack than I had on my old one, which is something that I wanted to achieve, and it's easy for me to do. So it's working well. With the tripod on the side of it, it feels relatively stable on my back. I don't have an issue with that. I certainly use it with walking poles as well. And going back to walking poles with the tripod packed on the side, I've found that when I've been out on moors with it recently, I've been able to cover ground much faster, much more comfortable, and I'm not in so much discomfort the next day with rub points and sort of pressure points on my shoulders and on my hips or anything from the old pack. So it's certainly working well for me. So I think maybe the takeaway from this is if you are looking for a new pack, or maybe you have problems with the pack that you've got, why not think about going that little bit extra further and you know, getting something which is good for carrying your system on. It may not be the best in terms of, you know, rated for cameras, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be something that works with you. I think it's far more important to be comfortable, sorry, and get out and enjoy your photography, because if you're in pain, if you're in discomfort, if you can't carry the gear that you've got and enjoy your photography, really what's the point? And this actually probably worked out all in all about 250 to 270 pounds to put together. A similar spec pack from some leading camera bag manufacturers would probably have put me in the order of £400 to £500. So it's also saved me money as well. It made something which is what I thought was financially out of reach for me, affordable. So why not have a look at it yourself? I'll put the links down in the description so you can check out the camera bag that I've created, should I say, and you can possibly enjoy it as well. So I'm starting to ramble now and go on, which is a complete waste of time. So I'm going to put up those photographs that I took yesterday so you can have a look at those, and then I'll see you in the next video.
It's amazing what a difference the weather conditions can have on a scene. This was taken yesterday, in the same golden light as this morning, but wow, what a difference a little mist can make. Less than 1 hour earlier, after sunrise, the mist was thick. It obscured everything, leaving just a thin, faint witness to the bank on the other side. Just enough light penetrated the gloom to highlight the boats. The location offered many compositional variations, and I couldn't help but capture them all. without a breath of wind to ripple the water or disturb the reflections or disperse the mist. As the sun slowly warmed the surface of the water, the mist evaporated. The boats in the dock took on the warm glow of golden hour. In minutes the mist would be gone, the reflections broken up. I'd captured the best the landscape had to offer, and it was time to pack up. Well folks, I do sincerely hope that you enjoyed this week's video and even found it useful. I will put a link in the description to the Mammoth Trion Spine 50, which I've featured in this video. It will be an affiliate link. Other than that, please, if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, share it amongst your friends because they might find it useful as well. And of course, as always, if you like the channel and you want to watch some more, please subscribe and ring that bell icon. I'll see you in the next video.